Welcome to Song and Story, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jennifer Holm. The Song and Story was launched quite a bit of years ago by Ashley Gatta. Some of you might remember her. She was a local singer-songwriter who was incredible and launched this really cool initiative to provide a platform for local artists, songwriters, to share their music. And this is what we're doing today. This is the first show in over a year and a half, and I'm pumped to be here with three gentlemen songwriters who are going to share their music with you today. My goal in doing this, relaunching this, is to do exactly what Ashley started out, just to provide a platform for people like these guys and myself to share their music and just really build a following. So I hope that this is successful. And my name is Jennifer Holm. Again, I'm a local songwriter. I'm from Denton. Well, I've lived in Denton for 12 years. But I'm happy to be doing this and kind of getting more acclimated to this part of our awesome city. So with us tonight are three guys. Matt Nix in the middle.
Howdy.
This is Scott Sean White. And we have Joe Stack on the end. And they are going to share their music with you. And if you guys don't mind, just share a little bit about yourself. We can start with you, Scott, if you'd like.
Oh, with me?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to say, first of all, that Joe has the coolest artist name of the three of us.
He does.
Thank you.
That's really cool. So if anybody's going to be a star, it's probably going to be Joe. But I'm supposed to talk about me. Yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter, and my real job, I play in a cover band called Professor D. That's how I pay the bills. And in between those, I go back and forth to Nashville once or twice a month for the last 13 years, writing songs and pitching songs and trying to get better at this craft. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Happy to hear you. How about you, Matt?
Well, hey everybody. I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of people, but
That you can't see,
that
right?
I can't see. Yeah. But no, I'm Matt Nix, and I grew up just in Fort Worth area, and then came actually here to Denton for school, and the guys that are in my band now are mostly guys from in Denton. We went to school together, and kind of all went our separate ways after college. I went and taught school and did that thing, and was a teacher and a coach for a long time, and now I'm a pastor at a local church in Melissa, Texas. But we are still playing some. Got a couple that are in Denton, a couple that are in Plano area, and we kind of just been gigging all over the place, just having some fun and enjoying writing music together, playing music, and yeah, got a wife and three beautiful kids. So, that's always part of the songwriting bit a little bit. So
For sure.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely. And Joe, our only true Dentonite.
Yeah.
Happy to have you.
Thank you. Yeah. I grew up here in Denton. I've just been I've been writing songs since I was like 12. I got this guitar here when I was about 12 years old, and I started learning Merle Haggard songs, and then started learning pretty much every Green Day song that I could. And that's sort of how I got my start. And yeah, I've just been sort of recording demos and little pretend albums in whatever living room somebody would let me do it in over the years.
That's awesome.
Amateur audio engineer.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. Well, I'm happy to have you guys. So the way this will work is we'll just start. We can start on whichever end you would like. Do you want to go first?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
That's fine.
Well, we can start with Scott, and whichever song you decide to start with, just share any and all information you feel comfortable with. We'd love to hear how it came about, your process for writing it, things that inspired you, or if you're like me, you just made it up. So
There'll be some of all that tonight, I'm sure.
That's awesome.
As we go through these stories. Yeah, this first song, I generally start my shows with it. It's called Hard to Beat Today. I wrote it with two friends of mine in Nashville that I've written a lot of songs with, Adam Wheeler and a girl named Terry Jo Box. And Terry Jo has a song on Miranda Lambert's new record. So I'm hoping to ride her coattails to fame and fortune. And but anyway, we got in the writing room that day, and like I said, we've written a lot of songs together. And this was a few years into that, and we usually try to write. We're usually shooting for the moon, trying to change the world. And that particular day, we threw some ideas around like that, and then Adam was like, "Hey, can we just write something today that we don't have to think about?" And so we're like, "Sure." And somebody had something resembling this title. It wasn't exactly this, but it was something like this. And then, but we did end up spending 2 hours on one line, so we did have to think about a little bit of it. But I like to open my shows with it because anytime I get to play music, and especially anytime I get to play my own songs out, it's a good day. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, it's called Hard to Beat Today. Been watching them youngins laughing and running through the sprinkler. Prettiest girl I ever seen sitting here with my ring on her finger. Rocking in the breeze, sucking on a peach, nothing but a weekend on the way. I don't care what you say, gonna be hard to beat today. It's gonna be hard to beat that sun up there and the good Lord smiling down. It's gonna be hard to top this front porch you get to wrap my arms around. Who knows what tomorrow's gonna throw our way. It's gonna be hard to beat today. Kids hear the music playing, got the quarters, now they're chasing down some ice cream. Got my lawnmower fixed and my honey-do list behind me. Waving at the neighbors, picking that I made us, said we had a sack full on the way. I don't care what you say, gonna be hard to beat today. It's gonna be hard to beat that sun up there and the good Lord smiling down. It's gonna be hard to top this front porch you get to wrap my arms around. Who knows what tomorrow's gonna throw our way. It's gonna be hard to beat today. Yeah. The only thing that can make this day any better is if I could find a way to make it last forever. It's gonna be hard to beat that sun up there and the good Lord smiling down. It's gonna be hard to top this front porch you get to wrap my arms around. Who knows what tomorrow's gonna throw our way. It's gonna be hard to beat today. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat today. Hard to beat today. It's a good day, yeah. Hard to beat today.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love that.
Cool.
I think I need to have that attitude more.
That song put me in a better mood just now. Yeah.
So Scott's
Love
good
it.
at. Put you in a good
Love
mood.
Either that or make you cry.
Yeah. You got a couple of those too.
Yeah.
A little balance, right?
Yeah.
All right, Matt, what you got?
Cool. Well, I figured I'd start with the one that kind of got me rolling about, how old is she? She's 6. So, yeah, about 6 years ago. I had my first little one. Her name was Ava. And
I have an Ava.
You have an Ava. There you go. I know.
See?
So, yeah, she's spunky and crazy. But, you know, first kid, and then you find out you're going to have a daughter, and I'm like, all right, add to the level of freak out. And
I think any parent can relate to that.
yeah, so
Especially dads.
yeah, so found out I was having a little girl, and we hit there was a ice storm, and we were stuck inside for like 4 days, and I was like, I've got to do something to kind of like do something with this in my mind. So sat down and put this song together and just kind of, you know, what I was hoping parenthood would be and what I was hoping for her and what I was thinking in myself, and just tried to wrap that up in a tune. So and I called it Ava. So this is the one I wrote for her. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Waiting for the day to arrive when I can look into your eyes, hoping for the very best, praying against the things that I know best, 'cause I know pain, I know heartache, I know the things that can take place, but love will carry you home, and love will save your soul, and love will make the weak grow strong. Love conquers all. Wonder what your first steps will be like. Wonder what I'll do when I see a tear in your eyes. Will I be strong or will I fail? I guess time's the only one to tell that tale. 'Cause love will carry you home, and love will save your soul, and love will make the weak grow strong. Love conquers all. When I wanna turn and run, what will I have to lean on when all the world goes dark? What will guide my heart? Oh, love will carry you home, and love will save your soul, and love will make the weak grow strong. Love conquers all.
Very nice.
Yeah, nice,
Yeah.
man.
Love
Thanks.
that.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I like that out of town chord there at the end.
Yeah.
I like that term.
I know.
Awesome. What you got, Joe?
All right, yeah, this is a happier song of mine. I tend to sort of operate in the morose lyrics and poetry, but this is a happy song, but it's got a sinister bit of a backdrop to it. I wrote this about a relationship that I knew was failing, and the chorus it goes, "We didn't make it," and in the song I'm talking about something else, but in real life I'm talking about, you know, we're not gonna make it, we didn't do it, but here it is. This song's called "We Didn't Make It."
Honey, don't be afraid. All this money that we made's gonna go right down the drain forever. We're kissing is sweet and free, and our love runs so deeply they'd hit China if they ever tried to steal it. carried on their lines. And we didn't choose it. There was no way I wasn't gonna find you at my door that night. Darling, I can be sick, twisted as the Milky Way, but if it's cool, I'm gonna stay forever. And all those nights we cried about what we could not control. Our love is something we've got by the antlers. Was around before our ancestors all carried on their lines. And we didn't choose it, no. There was no way I wasn't gonna find you at my door that night.
Excellent.
Yeah, man.
Love that.
Thanks,
Your
Mom.
range is incredible.
Yeah,
I was not
thank you.
expecting that.
His voice is
Also,
cool.
you have a fan.
Yeah, look at
Somebody is fanning you big time on. Is that a word, fanning? Like
Yeah.
I want somebody
It
to
is
fan me in
now.
the summertime, dude.
it is awfully hot out there, Texas.
that. Nice
in
and
the
cool in here,
summer.
though.
Yeah, this is nice.
Well, if any of you are just tuning in, this is Song and Story on obviously Denton Radio. I'm Jennifer Holm, your host. That feels very official to say. And I have three lovely gentlemen here sharing their music for the next till 9-ish. This is Scott Sean White, which I feel like is a tongue twister.
You say it so deliberately.
I do because I'm
Scott,
afraid I'm going to mess
Sean,
it up.
What?
This is Matt Nix
Howdy.
and Joe Stack. And Scott and Matt are both country genre, kind of in that vein.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, singer-songwriters kind of come from all different places, so we're
Yep.
not trying to pinhole you. And then Joe Stack is folk rock.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Awesome.
Folk rock, cool.
Yes. Today is our relaunch of Song and Story after a long hiatus, and I'm happy to be part of it. And if anybody listening is a songwriter and wants to participate, please get in contact with me. I would love to have you on. I need more people. We're doing this every other Thursday for now, starting tonight, obviously. So the next scheduled is July 27th, and it's going to be a girls' night, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped to have 3 killer female singer-songwriters.
Now you're going
in
to
here.
play one of these times, right?
One of these times I will. Yeah. Yeah.
You need to.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. And if you do want to hear what I do, you can find me on Instagram or on Facebook or on my website. My name is Jennifer Holm, Holm. You know those automated voice calls that you get and they leave you messages? Holm is the worst name because it always is home and it sounds like a robot just going home, like a belch or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am happy to be hosting this, and I hope we're doing okay for the first the first show. But I'm glad to have you guys with me, and thanks to Jake for being a trooper and organizing this room and all the stuff that goes along with running a radio. So, round two.
Round two. Yeah, all this technology in here is pretty cool. The fact that Jake knows how to operate all this is kind of
It's pretty
intimidating
impressive.
me. Yeah. And then Corey, he has 2 comments here. If he plays and sings and writes songs, he needs to
Yeah, hey Corey,
call you.
contact me,
Right
Jennifer
away.
Holm.
Come on. You know.
Find me.
Oh, Corey.
Get
Yeah,
you
Corey
on.
Clater's a rapper. He
There you
goes
go.
by
Come
he
on.
goes by Saul Good.
Saul
Or at
Saul
least he used
Good?
to. I don't know if he
For
does
real?
anymore. Yeah, yeah.
He's about to let you know. Oh, no.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, he loves that I talked about
First
him. There we
timers,
go.
yeah.
I love you too, Corey.
Keep commenting. I will do my best to read them. There's kind of a glare, but we would love to interact with you guys if you're listening. So, all right, round two.
Round two. I wrote this song with a friend of mine, actually from the Dallas area, a lady named Helene Cronin, which I will send you her information.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she is unbelievable. And we've actually been writing together now for several years. And we met at one of the songwriter nights that I hosted, that I host around town every now and then. And it was actually the only time I had a songwriter contest. And she won it with a song called Lucky Me that has been played on YouTube like 140,000 times, which is just a brilliant song. And but anyway, that's how we met. And then we've been writing, and we've probably written, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 songs at this point. We're kind of slow. It takes a while. Like this song here, probably we got together 4, 5, 6 times probably to work on this. But it was an idea she had. Her mom had passed away. Now it's probably about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And she was, I think I have this right, she was getting the house together and thinking about her dad spent all the time in the garage and how different that was from Mama's kitchen. And so she brought this idea to me, and I'm very glad she did. It's one of the songs in the last few years that I'm most proud of. And it's called Dad's Garage and Mama's Kitchen. One bare light bulb hanging from the rafters, the smell of motor oil, sawdust and sweat, hot rod engines, hammers and wrenches, old spare parts, spare time well spent. But at 6 o'clock, and not a minute after, that supper's ready call come through the back door screen. And baby's crying, the sizzle of something frying, and grandma's china if we had some company. From Dad's garage to Mama's kitchen, might have been just a couple steps apart. You couldn't find two worlds more different than that short walk across the yard. But between carburetors and casseroles, broken hearts and fishing poles, it was always something needed fixing. In Dad's garage and Mama's kitchen, just an old pine workbench, an old oak dinner table, where we talk pickups, pot roast, politics, and Jesus. Most of our problems back then we could solve them with some grit, a little grace, and a lot of grease. From Dad's garage to Mama's kitchen, might have been just a couple steps apart. You couldn't find two worlds more different than that short walk across the yard. But between carburetors and casseroles, broken hearts and fishing poles, it was always something needed fixing. In Dad's garage and Mama's kitchen, between carburetors and casseroles, broken hearts and fishing poles, it was always something needed fixing. There was always someone there to listen, to pass the 5/8, pass the chicken. In Dad's garage Mama's kitchen, Dad's garage, and Mama's kitchen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Sometimes it does take a while for them to come together, and then when they do, it's like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
loved it. That's so great.
Thank you, thank you.
What was her name again?
Helene Cronin.
Helene Cronin. Okay, I'll have to look her up.
I'm pretty convinced she's gonna win Song of the Year at the CMA sometime in the next few years.
Nice.
We can vote for
Hopefully it's one of the songs she wrote with me. That would be awesome. But, you know, whatever. Whatever song, Lord, I trust you.
Yeah.
Just, if you could work it out, that it would be, you know.
I hear you. All right, Matt.
That's awesome. Well, I'm a big fan of story songs, people that can kind of put, like you kind of feel like you're sitting in the room with everybody. Guys like, there's a guy, Zane Williams, I feel like does that really, really well. And old guys like Robert Earl Keen and Guy Clark, people like that. And I got to listen to Guy kind of talk. I really got into listening to the kind of just Guy's methods of writing songs. And he did an interview before he passed away, and he's talking about it's not so much what you're saying in a song, but the holes you leave in those songs for people's imagination to grow and to kind of talk them through that. So I was like, I like that. And I actually just stole the line and kind of wrapped an idea around that and kind of put together my own story song and tried to doing my best at it. I'm no Guy Clark yet, but I can work a little bit, right? I can keep working at it.
For sure.
I love this song. I've heard
thanks,
this song.
man. This one's called Cole and Casey. Hope you guys enjoy it. There we go.
Cole spends his days in that 9-to-5 grind. Casey spends the nights going crazy. Two lost souls wishing they could see. One is buying time and the other is playing for free. Cole's the son of a blue-collar man. Learned to bow his neck when it all hit the fan. Casey was born a rich man's daughter. How to run is all he taught her, and they're walking their lives backwards, always searching but can't find a thing. Yeah. Funny how times in life that hurt us the most are less about what we say and more about the holes we leave. Yeah. Cole searching for that pot of gold, living that good life when he grows old. Casey is wanting someone to love that won't be gone when the sun comes up, and they're walking their lives backwards, always searching but can't find a thing. Yeah. Funny how the times in life that hurt us the most are less about what we say, more about the holes we leave. And there are two ships passing in the night, trying to find each other but can't see the light. Yeah, he's wandering through life all alone. She wants a place for her heart to call home. Yeah. Yeah, they're walking their lives backwards, always searching but can't find a thing. Yeah. Funny how the times in life that hurt us the most are less about what we say and more about the holes we leave. Yeah. The holes we leave. Yeah.
Feels weird not to be like hearing a round of
We
applause.
can do it.
Nice,
That's
man.
awesome.
Thanks, man.
All right. Well, yeah, this song, I spent a lot of my childhood hanging around Ponder, Texas. I don't know if y'all have ever been there. There's a steakhouse there called Ranchman Steakhouse. My mom worked there when I was growing up, and she still does to this day. And so my brother and I would just spend a lot of time walking around this tiny little town. And this song is called Ponder. I wrote it about those days. It's really just about the mystical sort of I guess like sublime feeling of being a kid. You know how you look out on a field of grass or something, and you just I don't know. Here it is. Yeah, I'm gonna capo this. Let's see if I can go high enough for it, because when I don't capo it, I can't go low enough for it. I'm better at going high.
Still owns this humble place. My feet step with permission. How many quick years, blurry moments, and memories stay. I see that alleyway behind this silent, sacred air. A cool breeze pauses me in this child's distant stare. In that dusty Texas town of few, the moon followed me down the road. And those fields went on as far as I knew, further than I'd ever planned to go. And I can't keep all these feelings and sights. I don't have the right. I was there, and here I am now to ponder this introspective night.
Yeah. Thanks, y'all.
What the Ponder? What was it like growing up here? I mean,
Yeah.
it's totally different now than it was, I'm sure.
I mean, like, when you're a kid, you kind of think of your neighborhood as your whole world. That's also kind of what that song was about. And like, not until I became, like, you know, started coming of age, like 15 and 16, I would actually start just walking around on my own and just, you know, seeing all the different parts of town and how they go together and stuff. But yeah, it's been cool. I started doing open mics and stuff when I was like 16. That's when I wrote that song.
Oh, awesome.
I was
That's
16,
awesome.
but yeah.
That's awesome. How you mentioned Green Day? What are some of your what are some of your other influences?
Yeah, I've got like Green Day was definitely a huge one in the beginning, and man, I've always like I grew up on stuff like Nirvana and like of course stuff like Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, and then when I got a little older, I got into stuff like Flaming Lips and Wilco, and
That's awesome.
yeah.
It's quite a spectrum. That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
what
I-
makes a well-rounded songwriter.
About to say,
I
think
believe.
I
There's a
love
song
those
in there something about
influences.
Johnny Cash and Wilco. Like, you got
Totally. Yeah, you should
Yeah.
explore that for next time.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, when they said the first thing earlier, you listen to Merle Haggard and Green Day, I was like, those are some cool influences. Right? In Nashville, they'll complain, record executives will complain, artist comes in, they all say the same freaking thing. They say, yeah, man, I love Johnny Cash and I love Merle Haggard. I'm like, God bless America, get out of here. So you'd say Green Day and they'd be like, hey.
Somebody that's a little different.
And then he's got Guy Clark, he just brought up, and Robert O'Keen and Zane Williams. Zane Williams isn't as famous as the other two yet, but that's a good influence to have.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah.
He is.
Good dude.
What about you two? What are some of the formative artists that you have kind of shaped who you are as songwriters, as artists?
For me, as a songwriter, it's kind of odd. I mean, I wrote hip-hop and R&B for 20 years before I started going to Nashville. Yeah.
You should see his
Cool,
band.
man.
They're a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, our band
Professor D is a lot of fun to
pretty
watch.
much a big, thank you. We're pretty much a big funk, disco, hip-hop
That is awesome.
machine.
My husband's a bass player, so that's what
Is
we
he?
listen to.
Well,
a
he
lot.
would love our bass player, and our rhythm section is just killing. But anyway, so yeah, I did all that, and then but I grew up out in the sticks in Kerrville, Texas. We were dirt poor and had what I like to call a quality redneck upbringing with lots of alcoholism in the family and drug addiction and domestic violence and police out there all the time, and so. As I got older, I started to have these stories to tell. You couldn't tell my stories in hip hop and R&B. They just didn't really seem to go for some reason, and so I started, writing what I thought were country songs. But then I went to Nashville, and I remember that first week there, especially, just got my butt kicked. I was like, oh my goodness, the songs were so good. And the bar was so high, and I thought, well, I don't know what I've been writing, but it ain't that. And so I say all that to say that my influences on the hip hop and R&B side are completely different. On this side of things, my favorite songwriter on the planet is a guy named Tony Lane. He wrote "I Need You" for Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. He wrote "Letters from Home." He's had at least a half a dozen number ones, I think. But he's also from Texas. He's from Comanche, I think. But he's a beast. And then Bobby Pinson is another one of my favorite songwriters. So I'm not as influenced as much by artists as I am the songwriters I've gotten to know since I started going to Nashville in 2005.
Awesome.
Yeah. So hearing them, and then I remember Tony Lane getting that CD, and then right before I left to drive back to Texas, I listened to it all the way back for 10 hours to Texas, and it changed the way I write. There was something about it that I got a bunch of little things that I never understood before, and I have no idea why. I just
clicked.
I listened to the songs. I was like, oh, that's what he's doing. Oh, that's how you do that. Oh, so my songs got a lot better after that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you learn from other people what are good ways of portraying emotions and stuff. Yeah, or stories,
And
formulas at work.
And figuring out a new way to say the same old thing. Because we're all writing about the same subjects. The challenge is finding a new way to say the same thing's been said 4 billion times. From a different angle. So.
Cool. What about you, Matt?
I grew up listening to a lot of James Taylor with my dad.
James Taylor was
Those
my
are
jam.
those are some of the first songs I learned to play on a guitar. I played a cello from when I was small, and
That's awesome.
I didn't keep that up as much as I probably wish I should have. But then I got into playing guitar, and my dad played guitar, and it was always, I don't know, I would say I was blessed with a really great family, and like our Thanksgivings were just big picking circles, and there was all kinds of stuff thrown around, just old, Western swing stuff to Southern rock to James Taylor type stuff, and you learned a lot of different things around those circles, and then like I said, I got into guys that could write a good story, and Radney Foster was a big one.
Shoo.
That I love listening to the way he puts together. Like you're saying, he can say something that seems to be mundane and make it sound like the coolest thing on the face of the planet, and so he influences a lot of what I try to do. I love kind of these. It's actually a Denton band. Buffalo Ruckus are a bunch of guys I like sitting listening to that guy and things he comes up with. He's got one that's kind of been going around, the Hills and Valleys song that's kind of rising up with the charts a little bit, and just kind of picking. Those guys that will kind of bare their soul a little bit. I tend to kind of resonate with, and so people like that.
Walt Wilkins is another one.
Yeah.
You and I have talked
I
about
love
Walt.
him.
Yeah, I love Walt Wilkins a lot. Amos Lee's another guy I like a lot.
Come on.
Yeah, my buddy Claude is a big Walt. He's actually he's down there listening to Isbell. He got a ticket down there to Austin. He's down there and watching Jason Isbell
Tonight?
I think it's tomorrow.
Oh, because he should be listening and
Because he was going to come. I know. Well, yeah. I told him he needs to while he's driving. He needs to be listening and watching us. And I was giving him a hard time because we're playing at
while
the
he's
gas.
driving.
Well, he's not driving. His buddy's driving. He can
okay.
he can be on the computer. But
Can't encourage that kind of thing.
So
Not
I
on
was
the
like, man, we
radio,
gotta-
at least.
Golly.
And we finally got an opening gig with JB and the Moonshine. And I was like, man, you can come? And he's like,
know
Isbell kind of
JB.
trumps you. Do you? Well,
I do.
I'll tell him hi for you.
Yeah.
We'll see him tomorrow night out at the Gas Monkey.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Love that.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys mentioned a lot of Texas country. I didn't grow up listening to country, and my husband 2 years ago, after our daughter was born, started traveling with Corey Morrow, and so all of a sudden I was like immersed into this whole world that I had never been exposed to in my life, and so I'm learning all these names, and I'm going, wow, I just am not like, I don't know anything about country, and then all of a sudden I start listening to all these killer songwriters and just going, what? In Texas country, the red dirt scene is totally different than the pop new country stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yes. I'm 2 years ago, I would not have known any of the names that you guys just mentioned. So I'm proud of myself for how far I've come. Cool. Love
Yeah.
hearing that about you guys. Well, I'm going to do another, in case you've missed it. This is Song and Story on Denton Radio. Yeah. I'm Jennifer Holm. Yeah. Jennifer Holm Music. I'm not a country singer. I'm just a songwriter. I kind of pull from all different types of genres. But this is Scott Sean White.
Ooh, that was better.
I did it.
There you go.
Didn't mess it up. And Matt Nix and Joe Stack. And behind the scenes is Jake Laughlin running the show.
Yeah, Jake.
Holding down the fort.
Jake.
Keeping things running. All right, round 3.
Round 3.
Fight.
Oh, real quick. Song and Story has a Facebook page now. It's
Yeah.
literally Song and Story. And we have an Instagram.
Is it A&D or is it the ampersand?
And, yeah.
Okay.
A-N-D spelled out. And our Instagram is Song and Story Denton. Also, and is spelled out because it'll delete it if you put the ampersand in there, which is kind of a bummer. Find us. If you're a songwriter and want to play, message me, and I can get you on the schedule.
This is really cool. I mean, the whole vibe is cool.
Yeah.
We're on the square in Denton,
Mm-hmm.
looking across at the courthouse, and so yeah, if you're a songwriter, you wanna come home and do this.
There is a link in the comments for the Song and Story page. So click on it, like it. You can get updates on who's coming onto the next show. The next show is July 27th. This will start every other Thursday for now. And then maybe if we can swing it, we'll do every week one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Build the show, right?
Thanks for listening, those of you who are watching and or listening. All
right, you want me to play another one?
Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
You know, we just got done talking about all these songwriters that, you know, write from the heart about real life and all that, I'm going to play a song I completely made up.
Hey, I'm a huge maker-upper.
Which it's good that I completely made this song up because I've been married for it'll be 20.
It's one of those.
Yeah. I've been married. It'll be 27 years, August 10th, and
Congratulations.
Yeah, I haven't done anything stupid enough for her to leave yet.
Knock on wood.
I like you say enough.
And I'm not planning.
Still stupid in there.
I've done a lot of stupid things. See, that's a songwriter caught that.
Yes.
He put enough in there. Did you notice that? We're very detailed oriented, even when we're talking. And so anyway, yeah, I didn't make this up. I mean, I completely made this up. Thank you, Lord, because I would be in trouble. But and it was also it was born on the road to Nashville a couple of trips ago. I was driving and I'm a songwriter who's trying to write songs for people to record, famous people preferably, because otherwise you just make tens of dollars. And I'm trying to make a little more than that. And so you're always trying to balance between your craft and what someone would actually cut. Now, I mean, 99% of the time, craft wins out, and I'm like, screw it if they're not going to cut a good song, you know. So I'm listening to the chart on Spotify, the country chart, and there's a bunch of good stuff on there right now as far as craft-wise. And there's as usual, some junk, but I was listening to that, and I thought to myself, you know what my problem is? The reason nobody famous cut any of my songs yet is 'cause my songs, most of my songs, they're kind of smart songs. You have to think a little bit. You have to pay a little attention, you know. And I thought, I need to write more stupid songs. That's my whole problem. And I kind of giggled, you know, and then I was like, but no, seriously, like, I need to write more stupid songs. Like, how can I do that and not be stupid? And but then an approach to that idea came to me that I thought, well, wait a minute, that's not stupid, but it's called Stupid Song. And I don't really generally write stone cold country either. I had listened to the Chris Stapleton new record, also earlier that trip. And I wasn't trying to write something like a Chris Stapleton song consciously, but maybe it was swirling around in my soul or something. Because I didn't realize it till like I was almost done with the song. I was like, oh, this is kind of Chris Stapleton-ish. So anyway, I'm thankful this song is made up. It's called Stupid Song. Got drinking songs, mama songs, words that my granddad passed along songs. I got train songs, water tower songs, 3/4 time, good time, and honky tonk songs. And you know I've got me some love songs, but this here's my stupid song. But how in the hell did a loser song? What was I thinking to do her wrong? The best damn thing I ever had going on is gone. So this here's my stupid song. I can blame it all on the rock and roll. Want you eyes and whiskey lies after every show. I could blame Jack Red and the loneliness of the fight we had on the phone right before that last set. But it ain't nobody's fault but my own. song. But how in the hell did I lose her song? What was I thinking to do her wrong? The best damn thing I ever had going on is gone. So this here's my stupid song. This here's my stupid song. And when I said, baby, she didn't mean anything, she said the hell she did. She meant everything. So this here's my stupid song. But how in the hell did I lose her song? But what was I thinking to do her wrong? The best damn thing I ever had going on is gone. So this here's my stupid song. This here's my stupid song.
Awesome. Love
Yeah, that was
it.
great, man.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that when you said it was called Stupid Song,
Uh,
but I loved it. It was awesome.
yeah, that's what I was like.
Hi, y'all. This is Song and Story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Happy to have you. Stick around if you'd like. This is Song and Story. That was Scott Sean White. You guys, one of these times I'm going to mess it up.
Scott Sean White.
It's
Say it real fast. Scott Sean
You
White.
gotta burn through
yeah.
it.
Scott Sean White.
That was awesome. Love that song.
Thank you very much.
So where can we find your music? I mean, I know you say that you play with a cover band.
yeah, you can't find it there.
So yeah. It
And-
wouldn't be a cover.
Professor D is as different as you could possibly imagine from this. So, but I'm on Reverb Nation.
Okay.
All these are / Scott Sean White or Scott Sean White songs. But all of them are Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are all
Okay.
Scott Sean White or Scott Sean White songs. And then Reverb Nation and SoundCloud. Got a bunch of stuff up there.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys, I will have links to everybody's stuff so that you can
Cool.
find them online, purchase their music, follow them on Facebook, Instagram.
I like Corey's comment. Bless me with your swagger.
Yeah. Somebody needs to come jump on with Corey. He's
Come on. Bless me with your swagger.
Oh my gosh.
What did you say his rapper name was?
Saul Good.
Saul
Oh,
Good.
Yeah, man.
Maybe we should
He's
do
great.
a hip hop song and story.
That would be great,
Oh,
man.
I'm
down
That'd be
for
cool
that.
in here.
Awesome.
Saul gonna have a road to Damascus moment. Be called Paul Good.
Jake's.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh. That was maybe you should be the host of this show. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. All right.
All right.
Moving on. All right, Matt. What you got?
Well,
The humidity probably isn't helping.
yeah, it's all good. Well, this one is one I wrote in those coaching days of working 12, 13, 15 hours a day, and little public service announcement here: coaches, go home. Like, you don't need to watch all that film. Trust me. Just go home, see your family, go take care of them. And but this is one of those moments where I was like, kind of writing about that, the struggle with that, and actually kind of writing one for my wife to let her know I loved her more than football and baseball and those things. So this one's called Better Man for You. So yeah.
12-hour day are getting me down. Gotta find a way to turn this thing around. Searching for some light to shine on through, yeah. Gotta be a better man for you. And that's when I think of the day we first met. How pretty you looked in that dress. How you hung around when I had nothing left. That's all I can do, be a better man for you. Sometimes you feel like we live our lives in vain. Wonder if our love is strong enough to stand the pain. Babe, you don't have to worry, 'cause I ain't gonna leave you. You're a promise I'm surely gonna keep. And that's when I think of the day you said yes, and this whole world was ours. When you gave me my son, they put them in my arms. That's all I can do, be a better man for you, yeah. With every twist and turn in the road, you're the only place that I call home. 'Cause when all our kids are gone and we're all that's left, my love for you will grow until my dying breath. That's all I can do, better man for you, better man for you, babe.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. Love you,
Very
Denise.
good.
Man, I love that E minor you use in there. Would that be the minor sixth?
Yes.
I'm sort of trying to get into music theory more, but
Hey, me too. I'm
yeah,
still,
yeah,
but yes, that's
yeah. Great
the
use of the minor sixth there.
thanks.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right.
Real quick, sorry, Joe. didn't
Oh,
mean
you're
to
good.
cut
You good.
off.
You good.
Matt, I know because my friend is in your band, but I
Yeah.
know that you, do you have a new album out, or are you working on a new record?
We are working on a new record with
Awesome.
a guy in Dallas. His name's Zach Broyles, and he works in a little studio called Sunfire Studios. Real good
Awesome.
dude, so give him a little plug. And yeah, we're hopefully by the end of this summer we've gotten the hard part done in my mind, I think. This is our first full-length album. My first album I did on my own in Denison, and it was just me and a guy, and we put together this small EP. And this is the first kind of full-fledged album we've ever done. So
Awesome.
learning as I go, and it's been fun so far.
Looking
So
forward to it.
yeah,
Cool. Matt Nix Band, you guys.
Yes.
Find him.
MattNixBand.com and
Buy his
Facebook
music.
and Twitter, and yeah, all
Go
that
see
good
him
stuff.
tomorrow night. Gas Monkey.
Gas Monkey, yes.
With JB and the Moonshine Band, who is awesome.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Cool. All right,
Nice.
Joe.
All right. Well, yeah, I want to go ahead and plug here that I'm playing at J&J's right after this.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go walk across the
That's awesome.
and yeah,
Nice.
and So yeah, if you wanna hear me sing for an hour, just go over there and eat their pizza, and it'll help everybody out, especially your taste buds. So
It's true. It is good pizza.
Pizza and music, it's hard to beat.
so if I do this, it was more intense earlier, but look how the sun is on my face. I feel it very.
Oh, man.
It's very appropriate for
Man.
me to write a song that I wrote about general discomfort with summer and sort of.
That's awesome.
I mentioned earlier I should be the leader of the fan club of summer negativity, but
That's great.
anyway,
I love it.
this song is about summer and generally avoiding things. It's called "Filled with Crocodiles." It's one of the weirdest songs I ever wrote, but here we go.
I like it already.
Sometimes it's nice, all this being alive all the time. Everything's cool. And it's hot in the sun, and it's not in the shade. To keep away everything keeping you down, force down a shovel and break through the ground, dig out a trench in a circle around, fill it with crocodiles. Inside your eyes, my face is flipped and reversed. Everything's cool when you're looking at me like that. And it's cool with the breeze and the change in leaves.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, y'all.
It's a bunch of out-of-town chords in that song. I love
Yeah.
it.
He was going all Ben's folds on us.
Man.
Speaking of smart music,
Did you see him the other day? Have y'all seen that video where
No, but he's
like,
he's
he's-
unbelievable.
they pull him out with the I don't know who's in charge of now. It's the orchestra, but
Oh, the one where he just made something
made up
on
a
the fly?
song on the. They told him like, hey, write it with like a line out of the pamphlet, and write it in A minor, and
And
just
he
had
did.
and got the whole orchestra like wrote all the lines for everybody in like
gosh.
10 minutes, and it was
Nice.
like
He's
it
unbelievable.
was
crazy.
insane.
he's a genius.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, he's
How's
a cool
everybody-
dude too, because he saved Studio A in Nashville.
Oh, he did.
I think I had that right.
You would know. You're the guy.
Also,
Folds?
I panicked as soon as I said Studio A. I was like, it's Studio A. But yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, he kind of saved it because they were gonna try to tear it down and build a freaking condominium or something. Bless their hearts.
Yeah. They
Mm.
tried that in Fort Worth, and there's about a
You tried tearing down a condominium?
no. Well, they tried to put up some and
Oh.
down on West Exchange, and Fort Worth people didn't take really kindly to that. They about lost their minds.
Yeah. Good. Thanks. Well, Matt, you have a fan too.
Yeah, it's family right there.
Oh.
Craig Woody, hey.
Hi, Craig. Thanks for listening.
He's out in Peaster. Way out west. Like
Peaster?
Peaster.
And Texas has some cool
We do
town names.
They do.
When he brought up Ponder earlier, that just reminded me. I mean, there's a Paradise, Texas.
Well, and you live in what town again?
Poetry. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Texas
Come
on point with the names, man.
I know.
Yeah.
We have a Paris and a Rome and a Italy and all sorts of cool
And
stuff.
a Denton.
And a Denton.
There's that.
There's a lot. There's a lot to look at. Like, you can get distracted in here. Like, maybe it's just me, but like, I'm just a people watcher. There's people everywhere.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. You guys, if you're out there and are ever on the square on a Thursday night when we're here, come on in and hang out and listen. Yeah. We love it. I would love it.
And
I'm not even playing.
And there's this dude out there who apparently spent some quality time with Dolly Parton.
And wrote a book about it.
And he's signing them.
Yes.
So first of all,
right
you just
now.
need to
Come
ask
get
him.
one, man.
Need to ask him how that was, like hanging out in the same room with Dolly Parton for
Yeah.
probably 2 years writing that book or something. No. Oh wow!
I don't believe it.
Okay, we're not going to put that on the air. 7-second delay. Thank you.
All
I'm
right.
just playing.
How are you guys doing?
Great.
How are your
I'm doing
voices and your fingers?
I'm good.
Good.
Fine.
Pros. Awesome. All right.
Nothing
Well,
like
we
those
can do,
4-hour
what is
gigs.
this, round 4?
Foul?
4?
Something like that. What time is it anyway? I don't-
It's
I lost track.
8:07.
8:07. Oh, we're doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Got a
got
few
time.
more rounds, yeah.
Well, this song, speaking earlier of trying to balance the craft thing with the, can I write something that hopefully somebody would actually record?
Okay, so real quick.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do it yourself?
Because
Because you've got a great voice.
Well, thank you.
And nobody knows the song like you do. Why don't you just do it?
Well, first of all, I'm old. I'm 49.
It's hard.
I'm 49, and I'm not really. I'm not trying to be an artist. I'm kind of over that. When I was
Fair
younger, that's all I wanted. I actually wanted Professor D to be a big old famous, band, and but that turned out
And
okay.
you would like to get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But
Isn't
when
that not the truth?
when I was younger, I was like most younger folks, I was infatuated with the possibility of fame and all that good stuff. But as I got older, I just don't care about any of that stuff. Matter of fact, I don't want that. I just want the checks.
You're the Dean Dillon. You're following the Dean Dillon
Yes.
line
Could,
of thinking.
could I be Dean Dillon, please?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like
Yeah, you-
only songwriters know who I am. That's fine with me.
You want to be able to
so-
go to Kroger and not get.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, like
I
I
appreciate
kind of
that.
outgrew all that. So, yeah. So,
Well, keep on writing because I love what you're doing.
well, thank you. Another thing that frees you up to do though, when you're not trying to be an artist, is that you can write whatever song is in the room that day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about writing for your next record and a certain style and a certain thing you're trying to do and all that. You can sit in the room with your co-writers or if you're writing by yourself, whatever. You can just write whatever you want to write and figure it out later, So this song, like I said, hopefully we balance the craft thing versus the maybe somebody to record it thing. And this song, like a lot of my tunes, not all of them by any means. When I say a lot, I don't know, maybe 30-40%. Started as just a train of thought, a certain way to say something. It says, we were water tower famous, train track reckless, skinny dipping innocent, backseat breathless. And that's what popped in my head. And so I thought, oh, that sounds kind of cool. I wonder what that's about. And you'll hear me say that from time to time. A lot of my songs, I'm like, oh, that was cool. I wonder what that song's about. I have no idea. So I walked into the writing session, and I actually had a little melody for it when I walked in. And sometimes your co-writer or co-writers if you tell them a train of thought, they'll immediately go, oh, it's about this. Oh, it's about this. And they're right. They didn't do that day. We kind of wandered around a little bit. But we figured out pretty quick. And it's one of those titles that isn't unique. But hopefully our road we took to get there is unique. The song is called 17. It's actually brand new, too. It's about as new as Stupid Song. So anyway, it goes like this. Water tower famous, train track reckless, skinny dipping innocent, backseat breathless, radio surfing rock stars, liquor cabinet outlaws, all buzzed up on love and nicotine. 17, never thought nothing would ever be anything other than you and me. You only get that kind of free. 17. Whoa, everything was made of us. Whoa, nobody told us we'd ever grow up. Got good at getting far on daddy's money, kissing her lips like Kentucky honey. Yeah, we believed forever was a thing. 17. Whoa, 17. Whoa. Gravel road flyers, riverbank all-nighters, floodlight dancers, long kiss goodbyers, mailbox shooters, nothing to losers, high on a crush and Friday night dreams. 17. Whoa, everything was made of us. Whoa, nobody told us we'd ever grow up. How good at getting far on daddy's money, kissing her lips like Kentucky honey. Yeah, we believe forever was a thing. 17. Whoa, 17. Whoa, 17. Never thought nothing would ever be anything other than you and me. You only get that kind of free at 17. Whoa, 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 everything was made of us. Whoa, nobody told us we'd ever grow up. Got good at getting far on daddy's money, kissing her lips like Kentucky honey. Yeah, we believe forever was a thing. Back when we believed forever was a thing. 17. Whoa, 17. Whoa, 17.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That pre-chorus is killer.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
That's
Love
a
it.
Lady Antebellum song. That's who needs to record that. Get them
They
three-part.
do.
They do need to record
If
that song.
any of you on the internet know Lady Antebellum, tell them to tune into this show.
Yeah.
My brother got to tour with them.
Yeah,
Really?
nice.
That's awesome. I saw them at the Bluebird Cafe about 6 months or a year before they blew up. And they were there with two real famous songwriters, or one, Victoria Shaw. I don't know if Gary Burr was there, but Victoria Shaw was producing them, or helping produce them. And I remember seeing their name and going, Lady Antebellum, they're going to have to fix that. That's, what? What is that anyway? But they were incredible.
That's awesome.
Especially, I mean, live acoustic at the Bluebird.
Mm-hmm.
They were
Vibey.
just killing.
Yeah.
And then when I saw their first single and their first video, I was like, man, that's awesome. So
Cool.
Nice.
yeah, so come on, Lady Antebellum. You need a song called 17.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool.
And I need
Yeah.
$17 million.
Like that.
Minimum.
What do they call that? Mailbox money. You know?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Royalty checks.
Yeah. Hadn't seen one of those yet.
One day.
I hear they exist. But next song I was gonna do. This is one of our newer ones that it's gonna go on the new record. It's kind of become one of my favorites. It's called "Salt of the Earth," and actually shout out to some of my Salt of the Earth friends out there. I told them I'd do this. Kenneth and Julie Wooten. We were talking about this actually off air. We were talking about just booking is hard. Like it's not. And I was ready to be like, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna go play by myself. I'll pick up whenever I can play. And I was teaching this last year. It was a weird deal where a teacher left and I came in mid-year, or not mid-year, like the last 9 weeks of school. I just need somebody to teach 3 math classes. So I still had my certification, so I could still do it. So I did, and then they're like, "Oh, you play music?" And I was like, "Yeah, we play some." She's like, "Why don't you play more?" I was like, "'Cause I'm the worst booking agent on the face of the planet. Like, I don't know how to tell people to say, you're gonna let us play now." And she's like, "Well, I'm good at that." So I was like, "Here you go." So I gave her the list of all the places that I had names and emails for, and within a week, she had booked us like 8 gigs, and I was like,
There you go.
"Thank you." So she's a salt of the earth type person, kind of give you a shot in the arm whenever you need it. And but the song really came from it started in my mind when my granddad passed, and just kind of he was that kind of guy where he's just always behind the scenes, but always was taking care of people and just made life better, like for others. And then the guy that we helped plant the church with, his grandfather passed away. We went to his funeral, and it was almost the same story of his, his grandfather was a IRS agent, and just would never know him. Would never know who he is. It's not going to be any kind of books, but he helped raise 3 boys that didn't have a dad at the time, and so it kind of made me, those 2 guys, that was a war hero, but would just came home and didn't think anything of it, just went to work and went to take care of his family. And I was like, man, guys like my granddad Joe and his granddad that never really got any any accolades, never really wanted them, but you feel like they should,
Yeah.
feel like those kind of people should get some credit in life. And so I wrote a song about it, and it's called "Salt of the Earth."
In a world that lives so selfishly, I'll take a friend that says what he means. Steady as a rolling stream on a west wind out of Abilene, you know where you find your worth. Yeah, you're what I call salt of the earth. You're an old tree swaying in the wind, a bend don't break kind of friend, as simple as a sunrise, someone I want on my side, but you hardly ever say a word. Yeah, you're what I call the salt of the earth. And you're few and far between, and hardly ever seen by a world that lives for today. Faithful through the storms, and when you're tired and worn, love will find a way. Oh, love always finds a way. You're as friendly as a front porch swing in June, timeless as an old Keith Whitley tune. You're the one I call when my car breaks down, or to shoot the breeze, or by around. You were there for all my children's births.
Yeah, you're what I call salt of the earth. And you're few and far between, and hardly ever seen by a world that lives for today. Faithful through the storms, and when you're tired and worn, you know love will find a way. Oh, love always finds a way. And when you're gone, we all look back. Say, can't replace a soul like that. You weren't much in this world's eyes, but they never ever realized how very special you were. We could all use more salt of the earth. Yeah, we could all use a little more salt of the earth.
Nice. Very good.
Thank you.
man.
Thank you.
That. And thanks, Julie,
Yeah,
for commenting.
Julie. Yeah.
You want to work for us too? We can send you some emails. Hi, y'all. Hi, everybody listening.
Well, we got people in here now.
I know, just wandering around.
Cool.
Hey,
probably not
see,
so hot
look at
anymore.
you. You got the Dolly Parton guy. Some people to come in.
Yeah, man. See, you can hear the Walt Wilkins and Rodney Foster
Yeah.
influences in there. That was cool.
Very good.
All right. Yeah. Well, this next song, I used to work as a gas station clerk. It was that Exxon that they tore down. It used to be by the IHOP over there.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I was the guy that did the overnight shift. It was open 24 hours a day.
Oh, my
so,
gosh.
Oh man.
So I had so much. I sat there on a stool much like this one, and I had so much time to just sit there. And a lot of what I would do is just write down lyrics on receipt paper. You know, you'd hit the feed button and it would come out.
That's awesome.
You could just like. So I would spend so much time just writing lyrics, and every now and then I would you know go back and look at them and try to put music to them. But and this is one of the ones that I did that to, and but yeah, solitude's real important. I think I wouldn't be the same guy if I hadn't spent all those nights just hanging out by myself in that gas station with no business coming through. So yeah, this song is called "Lifted Up My Head." That's not it. There we go. By the way, I started it wrong. There we go. By the time I finished writing what I'm singing, the reason I started writing changed, and by the time I knew that I was through writing down this line, I lifted up my head and stared away. By the way, you were staying in my view while I broke things. Got me thinking, hey, maybe I'm not doomed forever to stay outside those eyes. I lifted up my head and stared away.
by the time I figured out where I was going, I arrived. I fell and smashed my face, and maybe all that pain was just a way of dulling out my shame. I lifted up my head and stared away. Maybe all that pain was just a way of dulling out my shame. I lifted up my head and stared away.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Very good.
Thanks, y'all.
And you have some cool melodies.
Yeah, you really do.
Appreciate
For
that.
sure.
And the chords you got, those are
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
His guitar came with more chords than mine.
How do we
really-
fix that?
I don't know. Do you buy a bag of them at Guitar Center or something? Because mine just does not have.
It's kind of like playing with a Western swing guy, where you're just like, I don't.
Golly,
I
man.
don't know
That stuff
what-
is ridiculous. That is straight up jazz.
I never
Yeah.
tried one of
And
those
just
little
awesome.
halfway capos either, though, man.
I was about to ask
Yeah.
what you were doing down there.
Yeah, it's well, speaking of my guitar, it didn't come with as many chords as yours. I learned guitar. I started learning guitar about 7-8 years ago, so I could write with guitar.
Oh, by the
Um,
way, he's a keys player.
Yeah.
I'm a keyboard player, and so I use this in every other form of cheating I can possibly use to play decent chords.
Uh-huh.
So that's it kind of makes it like Dadgad, but in E.
I
I
was
am
about
told.
to say, you
Right
should
on.
just
Okay.
you should
Yeah, it's like
just
a
use
drop
alternate
D, but
tunings.
yeah.
Yeah, so
That's what I do. Cheat.
it makes all my chords real like in one or two
One-
fingers.
yeah, there you go.
That open sound, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, and it just has a real open sound, which is cool. So, yeah, but yeah, get one. They're neato. This next song, I'll shorten the story a little bit because it's a long story. But I had a brother named Joey who had Down syndrome, and he passed away about 1.5 years ago. And he lived with me and my family, my wife and my kids, most of my adult life. And so back in 2014, he had his first trip to the hospital with what eventually killed him. He kept getting pneumonia over and over, but that first time in January 2014, he caught it. And we went to the hospital. I took him there, and they're starting to talk about signing a DNR and all that stuff. So I remember walking out of the hospital that day and being like, thinking to myself, man, I know at some point you gotta go, because he was like 55 at the time, which for Down syndrome is really old.
Yeah.
And all the doctors were like, yeah, it's like being 80 or 85, really. Like, he's really old. And so I had known I had been told since he was 30 that, hey, man, you're lucky to have him. Every day you got with him after 30 is just awesome, So I had already been thinking about, hey, he's probably, the day's coming. So I remember walking out of the hospital that day in January 2014. I thought, man, I know you got to go sometime, but just not today. And being a songwriter, there's a, you think stuff like that, and I was like, oh, that's a song. And so I wrote a chorus, but I thought, well, I can't write it the way it's actually happening, so I'll write it first person, kind of like, hey, I know I got to go sometime, but just not today. Like I'm saying to the Lord, like, hey, just don't take me today. So I wrote that, and then I threw it around, threw it out at a few friends of mine, co-writer friends of mine to write. And they all brought up the same thing, which I agreed with, the Kenny Chesney song, Everybody Want to Go to Heaven, but Nobody Want to Go Right Now. And that's a nice, up-tempo, feel-good ditty. And I thought, well, yeah, it's just that, only sad and slow. And and they understandably were like, well, no, that's not really the way to go. So, and then when Joey passed away, I started thinking about that idea again. I thought, well, maybe I just need to write it the way it happened. And so Helene Cronin, who I wrote Dad's Garage and Mama's Kitchen with earlier, she came over one day and she said, what do you want to write today? I said, I have this idea. I said, but I'll tell you right up front, if we write this, I'm going to cry a lot. And she's like, that's all right. And so I told her the idea, and I told her the original chorus. It was just written in first person. And the chorus, that's why the chorus has some pictures in it of the way I, suspect things will be when I get to heaven. Paul, speaking of Saul and Paul Good, he's one of my, he's my second favorite character in the Bible. And so he's in the chorus. But anyway, so the chorus is sitting there, and her mom had passed away, like I said earlier, actually about, I don't know, maybe 6 months before Joey did. So it's kind of a combination of Joey and Helene's mom, but we wrote it so that it sounds like we're singing about our granddad so that we could actually make the story work. And another part about Joey's passing, if anybody listening or watching out there, if you've had anybody be sick for a long time, that's a hard deal. And the last couple of years of his life was pretty rough. So, anyway, it's a very special song to me. And I'll try to get through it. I'm trying to figure out how to play it again. Sorry. I don't much like hospitals, and I hate this one tonight. The last couple years of your 80 years has been a long, hard ride. And I remember last summer, you and me out on the lake. You said someday when you got to heaven, you couldn't wait to wrap your arms around Jesus' neck like a little boy missing his army dad. Close your eyes and just soak in him hugging you back. Fish God's River with your grandpa. Hear grandma say dinner's ready, y'all. Sit at the table, just the two of you and the Apostle Paul. Yeah, I know the time is coming. You're gonna head that way, but I'm begging you, just not today. Cause I got things I need to say before you go. I need to look in your eyes one more time and know that you know. But that's just me, just thinking about me, cause sitting here looking at you, I can tell you're ready, and the first thing you're gonna do is wrap your arms around Jesus' neck like a little boy missing his army dad. Close your eyes and just soak in him hugging you back. Fish God's River with your grandpa. Hear grandma say dinner's ready, y'all. Sit at the table, just the two of you and the Apostle Paul. Yeah, I know the time is coming, you're gonna head that way, but I'm begging you, just not today. I know I'm gonna cry like I've never cried. And I know you're gonna smile like you've never smiled. When you wrap your arms around Jesus' neck like a little boy missing his army dad, close your eyes and just soak in him hugging you back. Fish God's river with your grandpa. Hear grandma say dinner's ready, y'all. Sit at the table, just the two of you and the Apostle Paul. Yeah, I know the time is coming. You're gonna head that way. But I'm begging you, please, just not today. Just not today.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you, thank you.
I love the rhyme of Grandpa, y'all, and Paul.
Mhm.
And that works so well, man. That was good.
Thank you, sir.
Love it.
Cool.
Had you heard that one before?
I hadn't heard that, man.
I didn't
That
think
was
you had.
awesome. And
I know. I feel like I
Yeah.
need a minute to process.
Yeah.
well, it's funny. I mean, like what you were talking about is that's what my granddad dealt with Lewy body dementia, and it was the last. What you I was like, okay, don't sit here and cry on the radio.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I remember always loving watching and following you on Instagram and all that, and Facebook and stuff, and the pictures of you and Joey and all those were fun.
Yeah, a bunch of people got to know him through Facebook.
Yeah, we did all the videos, and he was a
Yeah.
funny guy.
And he went to Nashville with me a couple times.
Mhm.
Went to all my writing sessions, and
That's
yeah.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, this one, going back to kids, I've got 3 of them, 6, 4, and 2. And when my first son was born, I was thinking of, okay, just legacy of things you want. I started writing down all the things that I wanted my kids to know, and just pages of just things either my dad had said or my granddad had said or
That's awesome.
heard around the dinner table, those kind of things, and slowly together piece this song together, and it's called "The One Who Holds Your Hand." So yeah, that's how it goes. Son, I've got a few things to say while I've got you in my arms. Words of wisdom from deep in my soul, things you really need to know to help you find just where you belong. Love with all your heart. Be slow to anger and loyal to a fault. Earn the trust of your fellow man. Find the grace to stand with the one above and the one who holds your hand. This world was never perfect anyway, and we've all got our scars. You'll soon learn you're not the judge of this place. You're only here to play your part and to serve the one that made you from the start. So go in love with all your heart. Be slow to anger and loyal to a fault. Earn the trust of your fellow man. find the grace to stand with the one above and the one who holds your hand, holds your hand. Good woman's love is more precious than all the treasures of this world. She can calm your restless heart and help you to stand firm when those storm clouds rise and bring you to your knees. That's when you love with all your heart. Be slow to anger and loyal to a fault. Earn the trust of your fellow man and find the grace to stand with the one above and the one who holds your hand. Love with all your heart. Be slow to anger and loyal to a fault. Earn the trust of your fellow man and find the grace to stand with the one above and the one who holds your hand.
I love that song.
That feels good too. It's a good
Thanks.
feeling song.
Yeah, thank you.
Love that. You said
Very
that's gonna be
nice.
on your next record.
Yes, that one will be down there. Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, we just tracked the drums for that one Tuesday. So
Awesome.
yeah,
It's too late to turn
Nice.
back now.
I know. Yeah, we're rolling and going now.
All right. So what time are we at?
We are at 8:42.
All right. So this is probably the last one for me. I was trying to decide whether I want to do the song I like more or the one that's better. But I think I'll go ahead and this is one of my favorites I've written. It's mostly it's about like being able to pay attention to the signs for when something's not going to work out. And in this instance, when I wrote it, it was about a relationship that was, I cared about the person and she cared about me, but I could tell that it just wasn't working, and I didn't want to hurt her, but I needed to end it. And because it just wasn't going to end up being good for either of us. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of applicable to other things as well. Just being able to, tell when something needs to be ended. The song's called Warning Signs.
Don't be fearing anyone rolling over. Nothing is as easy. Nothing feels so right. Don't be fooling anyone. Pull wool over. Anybody's eyes. I need you to see. Signs are everywhere to me. most of them I can't even read. Blink so brightly. Warning signs are everywhere to me, but most of them I can't even read. They blink so brightly.
Very good.
Oh, thanks.
My
It's
dad's
cool.
now your fan, Scott.
Huh?
Oh, that's your dad. I was
Is that your
wondering if it was
dad?
your brother or something.
Oh,
That's awesome.
thank you, Dad.
I agree. You should record that.
That's awesome. If you're talking about Just Not Today, just email me and I'll send you the guitar vocal of it. So
Can you send it to me too?
I can. I will. I will.
That was a good one.
Okay, so I'll make it short so that Joe can still get another song at the end of this before we get done. This song was born on my porch. It started with the opening line, popped in my head. They got married by Elvis in a drive-through chapel in Vegas. And I thought, that's kind of weird. I wonder what that's about.
It's like your slogan.
I know. And it
Scotch
ended up-
on white.
it ended
I wonder
up-
what that song's about.
Yeah, except that's a very dull, boring start to a song, so you can't start it out. It's got Shaun White. So anyway, and it's called Crazy Till It Works. They got married by Elvis in a drive-through chapel in Vegas. They knew it was crazy, thought, hell, what if we make it? How cool would it be to tell the children and the grandchildren? It was 1,000,000 to 1 shot, and we were the 1 in 1,000,000. She sold waffles and eggs, hot coffee, and smiles at the diner. He sold Subarus and Hondas and one-liners. He was a loser, but thank God she was a finder. He was a misser all day, she was a love him all nighter. And dreams can still be dreams after you wake up. And fights are only fights until you make up. Brave is only brave if there's a chance it's gonna hurt. And crazy's only crazy till it works. He gave $2,500 to a roughneck in Laredo for a flat-nosed fixer-upper Winnebago. They sold everything except his Martin and her daddy's mandolin. He said, trust me, baby, whatever comes, we can handle it. And dreams can still be dreams after you wake up. And fights are only fights until you make up. And brave is only brave if there's a chance it's gonna hurt. And crazy's only crazy till it works. Yeah, crazy's only crazy till 50 years go by and you look back and realize that all along this wild, wild ride, all the wrong turns have turned out right. And dreams still be dreams after you wake up. Fights are only fights until you make up. Brave is only brave if there's a chance it's gonna hurt. Crazy's only crazy till it works. Yeah, crazy's only crazy till it works. got married by Elvis in a drive-through chapel in Vegas. They knew it was crazy, but thought, hell, what if we make it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
You got a fan too, Mr. Nicholas.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. That's an old buddy of mine. Come hang out with me at J&J's, Nick.
Yeah, he's playing after this
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
tonight.
I forgot how much I missed this square. Like, you got the dude
is
out here with
pretty
the
awesome.
caricatures.
Yep.
You got the lights in the trees.
Mhm.
You got the Frenchie's truck over here.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and you got the cool courthouse. And
Got the guy that spent all the time with Dolly Parton.
you
signing
got, yeah,
books.
over here signing books.
We got free caricatures going on out there. What do you guys think that we should all do one together?
That would be, let's do that. That'd be awesome. But, Jake, is it next Friday, 28th? With you guys, DentonRadio.com, upstairs at LSA stage.
Matt Nix Band.
Yeah, we'll be here for 7 to
Awesome.
8:30, right, or something like that.
July 28th, Matt Nix Band.
Yeah, with DentonRadio.com and yeah,
LSA. Get you
LSA.
a burger, a
Yeah.
beer,
yeah,
some
catch
good
the s-
old music.
yeah, catch the sun, the sunset.
Yeah, there
really
is a
good
really
from up
nice
there.
view of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, last one I'm gonna do is I wrote it actually with a student of mine a couple years ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a funny deal because it's one of those. Life's funny how you kind of it's small. It is that the first time I ever played live was in this little dive bar in Anna, Texas, called Billy's Bar and Grill. It is now a dog run because the bar
awesome.
did not last.
That's awesome. It's a dog run.
It is a dog run. I drive by it and I'm like, well, that used to be a place where people did music. Now it's where dogs run wild.
Also great things.
Also good things. So yeah, it's still keeping its purpose. But I didn't know him at the time because I wasn't teaching him yet. But his uncle was a guy named Ronnie Spears, and
Yep.
I was on. He put me on stage for the first time. I walked in. They were having an open mic, and he kind of set me on the path that I'm on, where he introduced me to people, and he became kind of a buddy of mine, and was always looking out for me. And like if we did that the Rusty Weird deal, he was front row for those first. And then unfortunately, he passed away about 3 years ago, and his nephew was in my class, and I'd started to write. I'd written the chorus of it, and about a honky tonk legend. Because I mean, he had crazy stories. The dude was out of this. He was bigger in life kind of guy. Always had a crazy story. But I couldn't get the verses going, and I couldn't get. I was having a hard time finish it. And funny, his nephew walked in. He's like, "Man, I'm missing my uncle." Like, man, I'm starting a song for him. Like, why don't you help me? And his name's AJ Blackwell, and he sat down and we finished the song in about 30 on my conference period. Him and I just asked the rest of the song out, so it was pretty cool.
Nice.
So yeah, this one's for AJ and for Ronnie Spears. It was called Honky Tonk Legend.
What do you do when the light is taken from you and you're left in the dark? Do you walk on and try to be strong, or do you weep for what you've lost? 'Cause time will roll on. Still can't believe you're gone, yeah. Honky tonk legend, come write me a song. Help me to grieve your loss. A man among men and a real good friend, and the only hope I find is to know ain't the end of the line. You touched so many but died so young. Felt your love from day one. I Remember the days you would play your guitar and you'd sing your songs from the heart, and your spirit lives on. Still can't believe you're gone. Yeah, honky-tonk legend, come write me a song. Help me to grieve your loss. A man among men and a real good friend, and the only hope I'd find is to know this ain't the end of the line. So come sing with me now. Just gotta hear you somehow. Yeah, come sing with me now. Just gotta hear you somehow. Yeah. Honky-tonk legend, come write me a song. Help me to grieve your loss. A man among men and a real good friend, and the only hope I'd find is to know this ain't the end of the line. Yeah, honky-tonk legend, come sing me back home.
Very good.
Yeah, man.
Cool, man.
Cool. What a cool
Thanks.
memory for your student, too.
Yeah, it was neat. It was cool. It was one of those just kind of, I call it a God thing, where you just kind of walk in at the right time. So
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Well, Jake, do we have time to let Joe do one more? Awesome.
All right.
you're the man,
Go
Jake.
for it.
I don't have much to say about this one. This song is about things that were living with me when I was living in the sky. It's called Third Story Mouse.
Nice.
Mouse that lives under my stove is thinking I've got my place, safe from giants with arms too large to reach and kill me. Crumbs fall from heaven and I feel fine. And the man that sleeps on the steps of the church is done regretting. His old man said long ago, there waits for you a kingdom when it's time to take you. You'll be reimbursed your suffering. And I've got a taste of a love so sweet, so effortlessly pleased. I've never seen such a genuine thing as the trust in her eyes. We all stop existing when she dies. Yeah, we all cease to exist when she dies.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Thank you guys so much
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
thank
coming
you.
out on our
Great.
first show
This has been
or
fun.
for our relaunch of Song and Story. It's not the first show. We've done this before. But thank you guys. Scott,
Yeah.
Sean White,
See, that was
She-
already
yeah.
better.
Matt Nix, Joe Stack. Thank you guys for listening and watching and hanging out with us. We will be back. I will be back on the 27th of this month with 3 women
Nice.
who are going to.
Ladies.
Well,
Ladies
yes,
night.
ladies' night. It's ladies'
There you go.
night.
Yeah.
Funk.
Yeah.
That funk stuff.
And I cannot wait for that because it's going to be awesome, especially since tonight went so well.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, thank you guys. Please find us on Song and Story, Facebook, Song and Story, Instagram, Song and Story Denton, and I will post links to these guys' pages and all of their information and music and all that stuff so you can get connected with them.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you,
Denton
Jake.
Radio.
Jake.
Jake is the man.
The
Keeping
man.
it rolling. Everybody go see Joe down at JJ's.
Yes,
Head on
tonight
over.
on the square.
Mm-hmm.
See y'all on the 27th.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.